Filmmaking is my passion, but figuring out how to actually make a living from it, that's the part I'm still navigating. I started this channel because I'm on a mission, to build a filmmaking career on my own terms, without waiting for Hollywood's approval. I don't have all the answers yet, but I'm documenting everything I learned along the way. The wins, the failures, and the real behind the scenes of balancing storytelling and business. If you're on the same journey, let's figure this out together. The state of filmmaking is very uncertain now, with the rise of AI, studios cutting budgets, and streaming being in a very confusing place. A lot of filmmakers and creators in general are very confused about where the future is going. Are studios going to fully take over or crash? Will independent filmmakers be empowered by the fact that making films is cheaper than before? Or will they be doomed because there's more noise in the game? There's a lot of very confusing and conflicting variables out there, and I don't think anyone really has the answer. But I do think there are some true truths that are guaranteed to happen in the future, and I think if you are a filmmaker, your strategy should be anchored on what you can very likely predict to be true. One thing that I predict to be true is that there will be more films made over time in the future. One of these true truths is that production costs of making a film will go down over time, whether that be exponential because of AI or just continuously lowering. That is a trend that I don't see reversing. And if this trend is true, that means that creating a feature film or a TV show will be cheaper and cheaper every year. Not counting for talent or any of those things, but just the raw equipment that goes into creating a film. And now, if this is true, that means more films will be made over time, and more films will be made in a specific year, at least on an independent scale. In addition to this, there will be more pieces of content outside of just films, right? We already know short form like TikToks and other types of entertainment are just growing in its nature. And with the advent of augmented reality, VR, and who knows what is going to come, the competition for films in general, relative to other pieces of content or things that take people's attention, is only going to get harder and more and more. And so what this means is that it's going to be harder to break out of the noise. Now, if we can assume that these truths be true, then it's very safe to say that the successful filmmakers in the future either have a tie to a big studio, and I think that's one route you can potentially go through, or they have a following of their own, and a very loyal following who truly likes their work, who will watch whatever they put out. And in addition to that, if these filmmakers have an audience that is truly loyal and supports them, they'll have multiple opportunities to, provide value to this audience and then make a living off of it, essentially. So now, if we assume for this to be true, my hypothesis is that the successful filmmakers of the future are going to be the filmmakers who are able to market themselves or market their products and create an audience. So this is why I actually made this, YouTube channel. This is one of the big reasons I, made this YouTube channel, want to build an audience. Obviously, there are many ways to grow an audience, right? You could do something crazy in public and be on the news, or you can grow an Instagram following. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I've just always been very comfortable in the long form type of format, talking and getting deeper and discussing things. And given my past few years as an engineer turned filmmaker trying to start my own businesses and create my own films, I always thought, I'd love to create and put my short films out on YouTube anyway. And if I'm going to post my short films on YouTube, I would maybe like to have an audience who likes my filmmaking style, who can actually see it. So that's one very big reason I'm honestly starting this YouTube channel, because I have dreams to create feature films for hopefully the next 10, 20 years of my life or so. And if I'm going to put all this effort into making it, I want to connect with an audience who maybe resonates with my background. Maybe they were an engineer. Maybe they were like an Indian American boy growing up in the United States, or I don't know, maybe they just like some comedy jokes I write. Whatever it is, I think there are a lot of these people who are out there in the world, and the internet's a great way to connect with them. And so really, my goal with this YouTube channel is to find people who I can either bring value through with my experience, or people who just kind of like the films and content that I put out there for inspiration or educational or entertainment purposes. So if you've made it this far through the video, thank you so much. You might be one of those people that I'm actually trying to reach out to. And so yeah, if you are watching this channel, what you can kind of expect with my mission and what this channel is going to be is a mix of yeah, BTS of my journey of trying to become a film entrepreneur or film entrepreneur, or however you kind of wanna call it. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about the behind the scenes of me running my video production company that I do for tech clients. I'm going to talk about the behind the scenes of how I got my first television series on Amazon Prime, how I made that. Like I said, my goal is to make a feature film in the next couple of years. I'm going to show some BTS snippets of that and how I'm trying to navigate this ever-changing landscape of independent filmmaking to try to create this film. And yeah, just other cool content, for entrepreneurs, filmmakers, and people of that sort. So if you're an aspiring filmmaker who is looking to incorporate entrepreneurship along with storytelling to navigate this very arduous and difficult, unpredictable industry in 2025 and beyond, I implore you to subscribe to the channel and come along for the ride with me.